Okay, so my name is John, and I'll be talking about exceptions in Java. So when we talk about exception, first let's understand the word exception. So the word exception means that an error taking place in a program, and the error can be caused by the user of the program. Let's say we built a program which is the user is supposed to enter only numerical values, but the user decided to input letters or string values. This causes what? An exception. This causes an error, which we term as what? Exception. So we now getting what exception means. Now let's understand what exception handling is. Exception handling is all about handling how to handle these errors or these exceptions. So first, to have written code in Java, which will help us get a practical intuition of how exception handling is done in Java. So first, I'll import java.util scanner. So java.util is a package, and in the package we are calling the scanner, which is found in the java.util package. So what the scanner will do is to help us accept user input, which is it will help us build a program which will allow the user to input values. So that's the purpose of the scanner. So first we start by declaring our main class, which is the exception example, which we name exception example, public class exception example. So we define the main method, which is public static void main with parameter string of type array, which is an array, and argx stand for arguments. So we define our scanner, which is the variable to accept user inputs. So when the user gives the inputs, it will be stored in our scanner variable. So scanner equals new scanner system.in. So what this block of code does is that it helps us accept user input. So we now move to the main exception concept. So we have try. So what the try keyword does is that it is like it accepts a block of code which needs to be what executed to figure out or to check if there's any error. So if there's an error, the catch keyword takes over. So where the user enters a number. So the number is being, so the int number is being linked to the scanner, which is the input, the value the user will input. So the code then moves on to divide 100 by the input entered by the user. So we have system.out 100 divided by the number is equal to results. So if the user inputted a non-zero or any number which is not less than or equal to 0, the program moves on to execute successfully, printing the statement here. But if the user is to input a value, let's say 0, we know we can't divide a number by 0. This in math we call undefined. It is undefined. So in that case, there's an error, which is undefined error, which is an arithmetic error, because we divided 100 by 0. So in that case, since an error has been detected, the catch keyword or the catch block takes over to handle the type of error or exception. Earlier we said error is the same as exception. So in this case, what this catch block of code, the type of exception or error it is handling is arithmetic exception. And this, we have catch in brackets open arithmetic exception E. So what this E does is that it stores all the properties of the error detected, like the type of error and other details related to it. So it will store all those information which is more like a variable to store all information about the type of error which is being detected. So, so as the catch error has handled that error being detected in the try block, so you, there will be a print statement which says error, you cannot divide by 0. So we are printing to the user that no, we can't divide by 0, giving the user the chance to what? Know that, nah, I can't divide 100 by 0. So I need to try other numbers which are not less than or equal to 0 but greater than 0. So we have another catch block here. So what this catch block does is that it handles values which are like letters. You need string type which is letters being entered by the user, because we can't divide 100 by E. We can't divide 100 by E. So this block of code, which is this catch here, would handle those problems. So if everything is perfect, we get to print problem finish safely as our last code or our last printout statement. So to conclude, what exception does is that exception handling is is that the try block captures allows us to run a block of code in it. So if there's an error in that block of code, the catch takes over to determine what type of error is that and prompt the user that nah, don't do this, do that. So the one importance of um error exception handling is that it prevents the program from crashing, thereby making the program run smoothly and perfectly. So we'll take a look at our outcome. So I'll run the code. So we are being the program is asking for a value, which is enter a number. So let's enter 0. You see, you cannot divide by 0. Program finish safely. So now let's run it again and enter a non-zero, a positive or a number greater than 0. So let's enter 20. So 100 divided by 20 is equal to 5. Program finish safely. So we've been able to demonstrate how error handling takes place, what it is about, and the advantages and the advantages of error handling and the effects if we don't handle our error, which is our system or program would crash. Thank you.